Welcome back, everyone, to Lore of the Shadow, where I have reconnected with Nona and Horn and Corridon after acquiring a war steed, and it looks like they have all succeeded. Well, what do you say about that, Corridon?
The horses of Rohan are renowned for their loyalty, strength, and speed.
And it is seems to my eyes that the steeds that they have given us are no exception. If the steeds of the others are satisfactory as well, one of the men here requested our aid. Speak with Enton southeast of here, by the exit from Harwick. All right, so I need to speak to someone at the exit to Harwick. Why don't you?
Steeds are of good breeding and should serve us well.
It is good of Aldo Harding to provide us with these war steeds. When I was last in these lands, he was a man of short temper and didn't believe that the king was strong enough to protect Rohan from what threatened her. I can't imagine that he has changed any, but it is good to see that he is making Harwick ready for whatever may come. These steeds are of good breeding and should serve us well. Nona has not lived her life amongst horses, but still she has done well to pick up things in short order. Horse steeds are different from the horses that she may have had on occasion to ride in the past, and she has adjusted well. Gordon, too, is already at home on the back of his steed. We will have a good time over the plains, all right? And what about you, Nona?
My people do not often fight from horseback.
My people don't fight from horseback, so this has not been an easy adjustment for me. Still, who would rather fight on foot and let my enemies charge toward me at their peril? But I understand that we have need for speed of hooves if we are to find your friends, and for that I will put up with it. I hope that I don't shame myself in front of our companions with my poor riding. Horn rides as if he was born in the saddle, and Corridon has the natural grace of his people. I feel like an aurochs up here. Oh well, but I know exactly what you mean. Hello there. I heard that you need me to do something?
Floodwind has sent urgent messages calling for our aid.
All of us must band together if we are to survive the encroaching dangers. But there are so few of us fighting men available, and now Floodwind has sent an urgent message calling for our aid. Mansig and most of his men are still away, investigating the east wall. If he were here, I know that he would ride at once in defense of Floodwind, but he is not. And can you ride those new war steeds of yours with any skill? Well, I should try.
If Floodwind falls, Harwick could be next.
The road leaves Harwick and runs southeast until it reaches Floodwind. The land becomes rockier the further south that you go, so your steeds will need to be sure of foot to make there safely. Stick to the road if you can. I don't know what threat has so worried the Raven Master of Floodwind, but it was gave enough for him to send 3 birds with a plea for help. He may have sent more. I don't know him personally. He could be excitable by nature, or the keep of Floodwind could be in worse peril than ever before. Go with haste to help. We have no men to spare, and if Floodwind falls, Harwick will soon be next. Okay, you don't know him, but he could be excitable. Okay, you don't know enough about the Floodwind Lord to know what troubles there are, so you said south. Whoop, 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 whoop. That way. Is that Floodwind that I see up ahead? I mean, the road seems to be leading us right there. So I will check there, and if it's not, well, is this Floodwind? No, it's Feldberg. All right, thank you. more directly south. Okay. Stick to the road. Ah, there's another village coming up. Could this be Floodwind? Oh there, is this Floodwind? No, this is Twickenburg. Oh well, further down the road. Okay. We will continue along. Ah, there's a bigger village coming up ahead. Perhaps this could be Floodwind? Ouch. Alright. Stick to the road, lest you run into trees. Alright, here we go. Well, this is a much more decorated location. Hello? Is this Floodwind? Ah, thank you. Alright. I'm not used to this thing. Hello there.
Easterlings have been testing the Great River, seeking places to ford.
You've come from Harwick? The Thane was hoping for more men, but I suppose you'll have to do. The Easterlings have been testing the Great River, trying to find safe places at which they could ford in between the two undeeps. They have a large camp to the northeast, but our people have kept an eye on them as they seek another way to strike at us. Perhaps they thought that just below the rapids would be safe, or perhaps they fear their commanders more than the rushing waters. A great many perished in trying to cross just below the Sarngibir. Not all, however, not all by half. Many of the Easterlings survived the crossing and have been marshaling their forces for an attack upon Floodwind. Many of their belongings are scattered and damaged by the waters, but still they seek to recover enough to arm themselves to attack the city. We need you to strike them along the banks of the Anduin, just to the east, below the cliffs. You should also steal from them what belongings survived of the crossing. All right there. So we need to defeat Easterlings in the Wold and collect salvaged belongings. I suppose I can do that. Anything else I need to do while I am here? I mean, other than the obligatory eeny, meeny, miny, mo. The obligatory talk to the local stable master.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Now, is there anyone here who needs me to do something for them? Just to make sure that everything gets combined all nice and well. Guess I should check in with the local lord of Floodwind, just in case. The local lord decided that he just needs me to head out and do what the guard said, so let us head out that way and find a way to get to the river. I think we're a little high up here, so we better be careful here. We don't want to break a leg or anything like that. Yeah. I think I need to get down into that valley. Now, I think I'm going in the right direction now. Let's see. This low enough? Well, there is... Well, there's a ruffian. I'm looking for Easterlings, though. Let's head out this way. Oh, I think I found them. Well, these don't look like ones that are going to be efficient to fight on horseback. So let's give them a good smacking and see if I could find these goods that they're carrying across also. There you go. Another one. Mac. Ah, yeah. Here are their belongings. They won't be needing them anymore, I guess. Right? You won't be needing these anymore. Not after that smack. There we go. Good. Good. Alright, let's see. Hey. Take care of him while I grab some belongings. There you go. Ooh, one more. Oh. Alright, maybe I should wait until he catches up with me before I start doing that. Alright, there we go. Now, back to Floodwind, or whatever that place is called. So, what do I do with all this stuff?
While you were gone, a raiding party of orcs passed near to Floodwind.
Between your skill in combat and the harsh waters of the great river, perhaps the Easterlings will decide attacking Floodwind would be too much trouble. What times we live in! Even if that were so, we would still have to worry about attacks by raiding orcs. Will Floodwind ever see peace again? While you were out, a raiding party of orcs passed near Floodwind. Altwood and his men rode out to fight them, and in success, all of the orcs were defeated. The orcs must have recently fought with some elves, for one of Altwold's men claimed quite a trophy from the body of one of the orcs, a bow of quality elf make, with the finest detailing. He has been showing it off since he returned. His name is Elsiga, and he'll likely challenge your elf to an archery contest before too long. Poor foolish fellow. What do you say about that, Corridon?
That is almost certainly the bow I left to Fiendloth.
The orc that claimed it carried it into the Wold, and now the man Elsiga has taken it. Well, what are we going to do about that? Let's see, we got 132. Oh, yes, this is most definitely an improvement.
This will not take long.
This will not take long. Yes, let us have some words with this man Elsiga. He is sure to return the bow when he understands the situation. Well, we'll see. This doesn't look promising.
I am not unreasonable. What if I gave your friend a chance to win it back?
I am sorry that your friend lost his bow, but it seems to me that anything taken from an orc belongs to the one strong enough to take it. If your friend wanted it back, why did he not reclaim it from the orcs when he had the opportunity? Because he never had the opportunity, perhaps? But I'm not unreasonable. What if I gave your friend an opportunity to win it back in a contest of some sort? Otwood has given me a message to deliver to Elthangels in the Norcrofts. How about this? A test of your mounted skill. Whichever of us first reaches Elthangels gets to keep the bow. If I arrive there first, your friend gives up all claims to it. Does he agree to this proposal? If he does, let us speak with my commander, Otwold, outside of Floodwind, and he will start the race. Let me see. He knows the terrain. He knows the location. He's probably ridden back and forth between the two areas a dozen times at least. He has a lot more experience on war steeds, and he has a bigger horse with a longer stride. What kind of advantage could he possibly have?
If these are the laws of men, I am grateful to be one of the Galadrim.
Yeah, sounds like that would be his reaction. This is a ridiculous requirement. Why should I have to engage in a competition to determine my right to possess property that is rightfully mine? Ah, but I'm not worried, Pine Lore. We will best this arrogant sapling that thinks it is a weathered oak, and my favorite bow will once again be in my possession. Let us speak without well outside of Floodwind. The sooner this unnecessary race is begun, the sooner we will win it. Well, I hope that you are better at this than I am. Oh well. Because I certainly haven't been to Elthangles before. Maybe he'll be nice and show me a map before we head off. I mean, just thinking. I had no trouble flying Floodwind. And let me get used to this horse first. You know, I'm going to race this. Exactly where is Elthangles?
If you go back on your word, you will have me to deal with.
And I guess you're not going to show me a map then. Well, I am not surprised. Times have been tough in the world of late, with orcs and easterlings and worse prowling around the borders. When my men are not fighting for their lives, they're engaging in fruitless wagers. I cannot stop them. As long as they and you abide by the agreed-upon terms, I have no complaints. But I do not want any bloodshed. If you go back on your word, you'll have me to deal with. Wonderful. Simply wonderful.
It will not take Elsiga long to reach Elthangles.
You had better ride with great haste if you are to get there first and win your wager. Ride southeast to reach Elthangles. Well, at least he gave me a direction, right? That's something. And we're off. The wager in the Wold. Wonderful. Well, off we go. Forward. And see, this way? I hope so, because that's the way I went. This. No, that doesn't look right. Oops. Hey. Sorry. Hey, could you go in the direction I need you to go? I'm really going to lose this, aren't I? Oh, well. Yeah, that's what you get for not knowing the terrain. Okay, let's go. Right, the last thing I need to do is to go and fight a war band. Yeah, that'll really get me going. All right, here we go. Let's avoid that orc for a moment. I am sure that orc won't last long if I... Oh my goodness gracious. All sorts of fighting going on along here. Well, this doesn't look promising. Alright, I beat Elsiga, but not... Or did he dismount and go inside? Hello, have you seen Elsiga around?
Did something happen to Elsiga?
No, he hasn't arrived, but his horse arrived shortly before you did, and without him. Something must have happened to him. You have to retrace your steps and look for him. He must be somewhere between Elthangles and Floodwind. Look along the trees to the south of the road between here and Floodwind. You could have passed him without seeing him. Well, seeing how I was... trying my best to not lose my path, I could understand how I could have missed him. Well, let's see if I could find him anywhere around here. He obviously wasn't on the road. So maybe... Ooh, Oops. Alright, well, he's not at this farm, it looks like. What about up in these ruins? Oopsie daisy. Oh, I'm supposed to keep moving, aren't I? I think he said something about keep moving. Right, hello? This feels ridiculous. Oh, I got a murder crows on him? Oh, I like that skill. Alright, there we go. Oh well. I think I could have gotten him in half the time if I did that. Hand run. Whoever that is. Well, if I run into him, it'll be had run. Okay, you have encountered the warband leader Hanrun and his minions. Well, I haven't encountered them yet. Let's see. Now, where could Elsiga be? Hold on. Oh! Well, I think it's time to deal with these orcs. There you go. Oh, are you all right?
Thank you for coming back to find me.
I was trying to take a shortcut to Thangles when Resmanu was surprised by a patrol of orcs. He reared and I fell. Did he make it to Thangles? Yeah, he made it. I can probably walk now. I could not put weight on it before, but now it's feeling better. I'll meet you ahead in Elthangles, and we can discuss this wager. I will be there soon. Thank you for coming back for me. You're welcome. Well, at least he's not too much for the worse of wear on that. Before I return to Elthangles, let's see if I can find this Hanrun. I encountered a pond instead, it looks like. It looks like not around here anywhere. Well, in which case, maybe I heard a rumor that was in the... Oh, I think I found them. Let's see how much trouble I have with this. I've always had trouble with these things. Alright, now we'll try you. Maybe I could at least do better if I did do this one. Let's see, Science of Fire Inspiration. Let's do Enduring Embers. How about... Always have trouble with these things. Oh. No, that's not where I wanted to go. I need to get... Oh, there you are. There you go. Oh, you're only a signature. I could probably... Ah, bashed it. And you? What's this thing? It says... See, when your companion has flanked the enemy, this skill will restore... No, oh, no, that's the... What is giving me the birds? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, well. This is typical problem with mounted combat. I think that's what gave me the birds. Duration 15 seconds. Okay. You know, I am not hurting him in the slightest, aren't I? Let's see. There you go. Ah. This. Can I? No, that's not going to let me do that. Well. Boy, I am really rusty at this. But then I never was good on mounted combat in the first place. And here we go. Whack. Whew. All right. Well, that was too long. The horrifying tales of the war known as Harnan have an ending. The people of Rohan appreciate your efforts. Yeah. I hope so. I don't appreciate my efforts. Now, is this the right place? I'm all the way back at Floodwind. Oh, boy. Back to Elthangles. I appreciate no longer being on the back of a horse, and I think my horse is happy not to have a hobbit on its back. Hello.
I have already given your elf his bow, and I have renounced all claim to it.
I am sorry if I came across as a bit of a fool, Pinelore. I didn't think that you would be much of a rider, but not only are you a skilled rider, but you're a good person as well. I thank you for coming to find me. I've already given your elf friend his bow, and I renounce all claims to it that I've had. It is done. All right, well, that's good to hear.
Now that I am here, I need to accomplish my duty.
Ooh, I was given a message to deliver to Thane Mildred of Elthangles, asking for her to send some of her warriors to Floodwind and to help defend against the increased number of Easterlings crossing the river. Her husband was slain by orcs some time ago, and her son died under, well, unpleasant circumstances more recently. I don't think that she'll respond favorably to this message, but I still must deliver it. Thank you again, friend. All right, you're welcome. All right, I guess we could talk to Horn. Oh, okay. What do you say about this Horn?
The orcs that fled the East Wall may have passed near to Elfingles.
We should learn if any of the townspeople know anything about the passage. Here, Pinelore, and take these coins of the mark and use them to buy a round of drinks at the tavern for the patrons here. It could be that one of them saw something of these Uruks. All right. Collected the coins of the mark. All right, anything else we need to do while we're here? Well, we could talk to Mildred. But I suppose that she's not going to be very receptive to any more news at the moment, so let her cool off a little before I disturb her. I suppose this is the end. Will I be able to get the information I seek? We'll find that out in the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.